Sherman can give you a very nice edge.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Man Cave Models. Another week, a bit more done. Today we're going to cover the tools and straps for the tools. Our cast texture's dried off quite nicely now. I'm quite happy with the result, which is good. It's all down to the individual thing. We'll see what it looks like when it's been painted. So, but looking at the front, the way the front has come out after just sanded off some of that gloss for the next coat of paint, it's quite a lot nicer. Still pitty in places, which is what we were after. Anyway, enough of that. We need to get on with what we're doing. So today, tools. So I've cut off some tools, and I've also got to clean up a couple to add. So let's get on with that. Remove this in a sec. But so hopefully, what we're planning on doing is getting where we put the new tying eyes in, the straps through the tying eyes, and then make it look like they're actually tied down, because none of the tools have got that on them, and that's what the tying eyes were for. So let's try and use it. It's not a big modification to do for people, so we'll do it. I'm trying to keep bits and bobs easy to do for beginners. So I've cleaned some of these off already. State of my mat, didn't realise it was so dirty. So yeah, so like you can see, we've cleaned some of these off. Got a couple left to clean off, which are shovel. You can see the nice couple bits there, look. Top of the handle, and obviously seam marks down there, and the pry bar. It's still got its bits on, so let's get those cut off. Hope everybody's had a good week, busy hopefully, building along. So the very first one of these videos has hit over 1,000 views now, which is no mean task for me. Being that we're not long started, we don't get lots of views, and I've had some more subscribers, so thank you everybody that's liked and subscribed. If it helps me know that you're enjoying what you're watching, or if you leave a comment and you're not enjoying something, or you've got a question, then that's fine. So guys, do please like and subscribe if you're seeing this. It's like I say, I don't get paid for it. This is just my time. I'm not sponsored in any shape or form. Whatever I've got kit wise is what I've paid for myself. Same with whatever products we use. It's all paid for by myself. I'm not looking at trying to get anything out of this. I'm just enjoying what I do, really. It's really weird because I've probably said it a few times in some of the videos. I've been building kits for, I don't know, a very long time. 35 years, something like that. You think I'd get the knack of it by now, wouldn't you? No. And I've probably built all sorts of kits. I've tried a bit of everything. I don't just do. I enjoy a bit of everything. And you get used to coming across problems with kits, how to deal with it. It just takes a bit of time and experience, really, and not to panic about things. At the end of the day, you can always repaint something if you need to repaint it, or you can always rebuild something if you need to rebuild it, unless you destroy it completely. Yeah, it's sometimes I think not so much learning to do something, it's learning how to get over the mistakes that you've just made, possibly. Really. But that's all part and parcel. But yeah, so I was sort of getting a bit sidetracked with what I was on about, really. And yeah, the reason that I started the channel is because son-in-law started building kits, and they were FaceTiming every night, which is not a problem. They're nice to talk to, asking questions, but it does mean that you're not getting anything of yours done. So I thought, because it was the same kit, I thought, I know what I'd do, I'll film it. And I thought, well, how am I meant to... I filmed it, and I thought, well, how do I get it to him? So, yeah, so I ended up thinking, oh, I know, I'll do a YouTube video, and then he can watch it on the YouTube video. And that's how I got into doing the YouTube videos, to be fair. So yeah, it's still quite a relatively new channel, really. It's in the great scheme of their things. It's only what, I think 22 videos all in all. So it's two. This will be the second full kit. The first one was a Cooper wagon, which I enjoyed. And the thing with it is, it's like I say, you enjoy doing the kits and building stuff, but filming and building is not an easy. It's not so easy to do as you'd like it to be. You're concentrating more on making sure that you're filming and your viewers, sorry to call you viewers as such, but can see what you're doing, and you're also explaining things so they can understand why you're doing certain things, and then planning that around you building at the same time. So, and what works for me may not always work for somebody else. So the idea of the whole channel was really a basic, straight out of the box build. A few mods that are cheap and cheerful mods that anybody could sort of do without costing them any more money, because the hobby's not the cheapest of hobbies. You think this kit here retails what, £130 or something? If you're new to modelling, the last thing you want to be spending is £130 and not knowing what you can do. So yeah, but we're getting there. We are getting there. But getting this lot on today was a good thing. So we're gonna find my little scratchy pad thing. Great little tool that is. When you get one of these, when you want to use one of these, just get an old one, not like a new one, because it's a bit too coarse. But it's just coarse enough that it helps get the burrs and stuff off. This is a bit of an old plastic, by the way. I don't know if I'm not sure if I've mentioned it, but so if you see there, it's hard to see whether you've got the seams or not because of the way the plastic is. And then all the seams on this kit actually aren't that bad. Yes, the kit has a few little faults, no denying that, but if you can get past the faults, which are really stupid ones to be fair, like the hatches with the periscopes not being able. Now I did see on Andy's, their M10, that their hatches, all their periscopes are movable, which would have been lovely on the hatches on this one, because you could have it on the open position and the periscope in the right place. So like we said before, that periscope there with it open would be that way, and they probably wouldn't have the periscope in. It would have been nice to be able to have done that without chopping out too much. Yes, you could drill that out, put a bit of plastic in and then redo it, which is a bit too much scratch building for some people. And periscope covers on the plans, excuse me, on the plans it's not actually showing us that they have periscope covers on, but on quite a few photos I see a lot of them have them on, so that's another thing to look at. Right, let's get on with putting some tools on. So we're going to sort of go, it is jumping us back a few pages, but I don't really need to, because you can see clearly on this bit here where all your tools go. So I don't need to skip back to telling me where to put them. I can see it. So we start with the crowbar, which is supposed to be this one, but there's a notch in there for some strange reason. Maybe it's notches there for something else. Look, see it? You guys see that? So is that a case we've got to fill that? I don't know what it's for. So that's supposed to sit there like that according to their plans. A bit bizarre, isn't it? I suppose we're going to have to fill it, aren't we? Yeah, so I've changed my mind. I'm not going to fill it with filler. I'm going to fill it with some super glue. A little bit of kicker on it. There's any left? No. There is some in there, but it's just, it needs filling up again. So there you go. Good little pots if you've got kicker and you don't want to use the spray thing, you just put it in. As long as you keep that bit, the little knobby bit on the top like that. These are, you can buy these dirt cheap, they're like a couple quid. It will stop it drying out. So a bit of kicker on this too. Let's add a little bit more, just to, it's easier to sand it off. Let that go. Yeah. But, yeah, because we can sand that off and add a little bit of some Mr. Surfacer to it, and then if I do the filler it will take about an hour or so before we can fill it again. So right, let's twiddle our thumbs for 5 seconds. And now what we can do is, while that's going, spin this around, look, we can add a shovel. Now you could add all this once you've built it if you wanted, but to be honest with you, you'd be putting straps in afterwards, so it doesn't take a lot to sort of clean up a few bits. Now you have got location hose here and here, but when this goes in place you can see where it actually goes in, look, see it? So whether you want to cut them off, actually I might just do that on that one, because we will be putting a strap around it, won't we? There you go. And we've got, clean that off a minute. Not too worried about the handle part. better. I'm not worried about the hoe. Because we will be putting, that's better, even sits nicer, a strap in there. One in there, and that one can go across there. Oh, helps if I get the glue in the right place. Let that one go. That's our shovel. So we have the cranking handle. This desk is not big enough for building 1/16 scale tanks. Cranking handle and the massive great ratchet. Imagine lugging that around. So let's get something for that to lean in, a bit bigger. Well, yeah, I can work. I don't know if actually. I was going to say I can work with that, but I don't think I can. This is my thing. It's well, all I need to do is possibly put that underneath that. That's it. That's better. So we know that one then goes on here through there. Right. It says goes in there. Is that a tight fit, is it? Right, let's lace it with a little bit of glue. Sometimes if it's a tight fit, if you stick a little bit of glue in the joint and then a little bit on now, it lubes it up, sort of softens the plastic up a little bit and lets it, or let it go in. There you go, see? And that looks like it goes to there, because that's where there's a notch there. There you go. That's that one. And then you've got your sledgehammer. And that one goes in there and there. Quite a nice fit. In there. Get a little bit of glue over the tools, don't pack it too much. And then we have this one. See, this might need, looks like it's going to go in. Another nice fit. That's actually gone in quite in the hose quite well there. So that's that one, and that one. So it looks like I've put everything together, but all this comes off still. So we can still get to bits and bobs if we need to. So that should be nice and dry, a bit wet still. Let that a couple more minutes to dry off a second. Excuse me. And then we'll get that sanded and a little bit of Mr. Surfacer on it, just to give it a bit of texture back again. Right, so that's quite dry. Let's give it a bit of a quick sand. So that was a medium super glue, by the way, not the thin. Bit of the old Mr. Surfacer again. Right, there's plenty of drying time now. So the pointy end that goes to the back, to the front. Sorry. Listen to me, I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes, I've gone mad. So we're just going to stick where the hoe is, there. It should go in. I say it should go in. Nice to be getting to the point where we're getting close to paint. So straps, it's one of those jobs that you like either love or hate. So I've got this. Now I don't know if any of you guys use Coffee Mate in your cups of coffee, and if you're a tea drinker, well, you won't use it anyway. But either way, it's a foil, and it is quite handy for jobs like this. So I tend to keep the lids for doing stuff like straps and stuff. Oh, I've definitely butterfingers today, I tell you. So basically, what I would suggest is, if you can get lead foil or anything with one of these, which comes with a lid that you peel off, to be fair, will work. You've just got to it's just not too thin and not too thick, obviously. And I've definitely got my I can't find anything head on today. So all I do is basically, that's too coarse. Too coarse, that's just as coarse. One of those days that I'm trying to find my sanding sponge that I use, and I can't find it. And I've got hundreds of other things. Now I'll go and find one, hang on. There you go, it was right in front of my face all along. Typical. I'm only doing this, one, it helps smooth, flatten the foil back out a little bit, but when it comes to painting it, it will give it a key, because it's quite smooth. Do both sides. So all you have to do, we get a straight edge. Try not to be wasteful, just get a straight line. And then all we do is decide, this is not really the ideal ruler for this, we decide how thick we want our straps, which I reckon is going to be about that. and we've got plenty of it, so if I get it wrong, I get it wrong. So that's not too bad. Same with the next bit. And another one. That should give us plenty. Go. Good. And yeah, so that should give us plenty. So that's what we end up with. And you always check it against the tank itself. So it should go underneath. I say it should. It will. A bit of persuasion in a minute. It should go under there. And if you can't get it all the way under, don't panic, because you can just tuck it around there in a minute. It's that initial fold like this, look, that you want. There you go. The initial fold. Yeah. So that's what we'll be looking for. Plus the edge of this is a little bit beat up anyway, so by the time you cut the end off, give it a clean edge, you'll probably get it in a little bit further, to be fair. There you go, look. Now if you couldn't get it under there, which we should be able to, it wouldn't matter, because you just cut it off and start it back there, then back over. So that's what we're looking for at the moment. And then we are looking for, obviously, the buckles themselves. This is the bit that I hate doing. Now, I want to go roughly the same size, so a decent pair of flat tweezers maybe. Bring it down, down, and that's probably too big, yeah, far too big, which is fine. So guys, this is just, all I'm using here is a little bit of copper wire, and I have got a jig which I bought ages ago, but I think it's too big. Yeah, so it's an RP tool ones for doing grab handles and stuff. Yeah, it's too big. So the smallest one they have is that one, and the next one up is far too big. So we just have to do it by hand. So about there. You don't need to see me do that to a point, but there you go. I think that's probably our size. Yeah, not going to get it any smaller than, so back to roughly the same place. Cross. Same with that one. Cross. So you end up with that idea. Then all you do, decent pair of cutters. So these are old ones. You see I've snapped the point off of them off. We'll probably make that a bit smaller, that's better. But just cut through the middle of the two joints, and then lose the bit that you just cut. You should get that. And you can square it up a little bit once it's cut. A bit awkward. This is a video job, mind you. Just get it and then squeeze it flat. You should be able to do that. Bend your strap over. Guys, I know I'm making this look awkward, but I'm trying to do it on camera and at the same time. Right. Bend your strap over. Get one strap. Come on. There you go. Like that. Alright, so I'm just going to do a few more. You don't need to see me do loads more. It will drive you mad. And then we shall have a look at where they're going to go. It's not at the end of the day, it's not a hard job. It can be a bit fiddly, but it's better than having nothing, I think. So come back a little bit, or actually go to where we're going to be. Need a bit. You know what I need? I need a bigger cave. That's what I need. So we have a strap that goes there to there. We have a strap that goes from there to there. That one goes, which I think that means one of these is the wrong way round. That one goes from there to there. I don't think anything goes. I've got nothing showing from there to there, and I haven't found a picture, so I'm just going to go. I could actually go from there underneath and then do both, I think. I'll tell you what, but that's a plan so far. Let's see what I can see a minute in my photos. So I don't have that side on my photos. My only side it is showing is the shovel. There. What? So looking at that, we've got to go in that way. So let's cut that off a minute. Now I find probably easier to cut your strap that you're using at a bit of an angle, and then you should be able to tuck it in underneath. Let that go a minute. Well, I don't know why, but I seem to be all fingers and thumbs today, so right. So I've just super glued that onto there. I've just put some kicker on it. Should have enough movement in there. Bring that bit down. So I'm still not sure about this one. I've just been looking at some photos. They're not very clear, but on the photos this is different, and also it shows you that tying eye, but it doesn't show you what's going, because it's got no tools on. And trying to find one with tools on is not so easy for some reason. So I think what I'm going to do is I will add one. I'm going to go backwards with it, and I'm going to not do it up. Wow, that's our tools and straps in place. That's not brilliant, that one, but it will look alright when it's painted. And one on the back, I look quite smart when it's painted. Just gives it a little bit more to look at when it's all painted up. That, in all fairness, brings us to top of the hoe. Done. Yay! Sorry, means we can start getting on with this Bombay bad boy, which then gets us closer to painting. How good's that? So it's a shortish video, guys. Obviously the next one will probably be a bit longer because we'll cover a bit more. We've got seams to worry about here to clean up and make look like they're cast seams still. Cast texture to worry about, and all the fittings. I'm also going to look up on these periscope guides, because it does show pictures with them on, but it doesn't show up, it's not coming up on the plans that they need to be on. No biggie, it was only a case of sticking them on. So in the meantime, like I say, I shall look that up. And also haven't put the tow cable on yet, because I'm doing an R-in whether I want to put the piece of wood across there or just leave it as it is. I might put the piece of wood across and then just bring the tow cable over, but I've seen a lot where they've cut like a notch out the wooden plate, and then the tow cable comes in and that's over the top. I suppose they might do that to stop it slopping around. There is, on this kit, there is no mechanism back here or down here to hold it, unlike the back, so I don't know. But yeah, it's a couple of little jobs if we need to do them. But bar that, we are ready for that, which brings us even closer to painting. How good's that? Right guys, thanks for watching. Like I say, if you're enjoying the videos, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to leave comments. I've had a few good comments about people that are building this, and thank you for getting hold of me and having your views. Much appreciated. Whether I've got something wrong, or if I haven't, or whether you're doing something you think there's a better way, then that's brilliant. It all helps to everybody's experience of modelling. I'm more than happy for people to say what they need to say. Guys, don't forget, we have got a Facebook group, which is Man Cave Models UK. Please join it. There's not a lot of members, a bit like this channel. It's not big, but it's growing, and the more people that join and post their pictures of what their builds, especially the ones that are building along, it would be lovely to see them, because I don't think YouTube give you the option to post pictures yourselves. So you can post them on there, or I would say send us an email, but I use YouTube's emailing system. I might bung up an email on the channel actually, which will be the ones that you can email your pictures in and stuff, and you send them in and you're happy for me to show them on a video, then I will do that. But like I say again, guys, thanks for watching. Have a really good week, and keep building. Cheers.